Welcome to Inside the Firm, a podcast dedicated to small business owners and hosted by entrepreneurs, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko. Each week, they take you on their journey of how to start, run, and grow a business by bringing you inside their architecture and real estate development firm. Get a behind-the-scenes tour of how these business leaders manage their clients and foster company culture while creating new and innovative projects. And now your hosts, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko.
Welcome to another episode of Inside the Firm. I am here with our main host, Lance Cayko. I am Alex Gore. First, I want to give a shout-out. There's going to be a couple different shout-outs, but one to Sarah's mom. Thank you for being a great listener. She's doing amazing. Glad that you are checking in and keeping tabs on her. Other than that, we want you to go take a look at Revit Rocket Ship, RevitRocketShip.com. There you will learn basically how to improve the efficiency of your firm, your template, how you think about architecture design, take more responsibility, thus having more reward, and improve the built environment, all through how you model and think about how you work in Revit, RevitRocketShip.com.
Accurate data is crucial, especially in today's business environment. Outdated and inaccurate data leads to turnarounds, delays, and rising costs with supply chain and staffing issues. These costs and delays can multiply. That's why a resource like ArcCAT.com is so important. ArcCAT works with manufacturers to keep their data up to date and accurate and offers it to you easily accessible and free. Use ArcCAT's powerful search engine to find what you need and download it right there on their site without needing to pay anything or even register. So try ArcCAT.com today. That's ARCAT.com. Oh, I have some good news.
Oh, okay.
I have multiple good newses today. Everybody,
we
have multiple good newses today. And the first one is that pending home sales have rose 4.8% in June. That's huge, and it's all due to, I'm not going to read you this whole thing. This is from the National Association of Realtors. Probably the best good news they've had in a while because of the recent ruling. If you haven't figured that, you don't know what I'm talking about, go listen to one of my last Monday morning episodes with Marilyn Ackerman where she explained what is going on with the NAR ruling and how it's going to affect real estate. It's very interesting. Those rules go into effect in 13 days, August 15th. But the key highlights here are pending home sales intensified in June. That's because of the increased supply, which is great. Month-over-month contract sightings increased, and compared to 1 year ago, pending home sales declined in the Northwest, Midwest, and South, but improved in the West, where we're at. The West is the best. So that's the first bit of good news. And so you sell houses, people make more money, then they do other stuff with it, and here we go. We're off to the frickin' races, right? And the second big point of good news that I have, and this is probably the best. This is the best. This is where we're going to trend next.
No.
Federal Reserve rate cuts in view. They finally listened to your boy. I've been telling them all year, man. All year. Bill, can you make a cut of just me? How many times? Like, go back and listen to every episode, and give me like a TikTok video of me just telling the Federal Reserve to lower rates. So they're finally going to do it, probably, hopefully. The Federal Reserve's monetary policy once again.
They didn't listen to you because you told them to do it earlier. They haven't done it yet.
Yep, held constant the federal funds rate at a top target of 5.5% at the conclusion of its July meeting. Recent indicators suggest that the economic activity has continued to expand at a solid pace. Job gains have moderated, and the unemployment rate has moved up but remains low. Inflation has eased over the past year, remains somewhat elevated. In recent months, there has been some further progress. So basically, they are hoping in the September meeting that they will finally slash rates a little bit. A quarter point once again. An eighth. Just give me an eighth. Like, that's all we need is just a little grease. They could just slowly do it. If they could do it in reverse of what they did, I've used the phrase threading the needle a lot.
Yep.
But now I'm going to switch it to, I need you to just grease the wheels slowly.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a little
bit. But yeah,
bit.
threading the needle, it goes up and goes down, it goes up and down. And then we're going to get into this a little bit more. So a little preview of like leading and lagging indicators. If you've run a business effectively, you know what those are and how we can look at the whole economy with those leading and lagging indicators. But that will come after this. How many touches does it take to make a sale?
So it's because of the depressed housing market, because of these high interest rates, the inflation, just kind of a stagnant economy. I just wanted to reemphasize like what I think it's taking right now to get new sales through the door. It's taking a Herculean effort, and that's the title of this episode. And I think you should never really lose sight of that, even if it's in a. This is the best part about downturns. The best part about downturns is it. First of all, if you're starting a downturn, I say this all the time on other podcasts that I do interviews on. When's the best time to start a business? During a Great Depression or a recession. And people look at me like I'm nuts and they go, what? And I'm like, because you'll never be hungrier. You'll never be hungrier. And when you're hungry, you have no choice but to be creative. You have no choice to have a fire under your butt. You have no choice to just, your back is against the wall and you have to move forward. So the other, but right now, we're not starting a business in a recession, but it certainly is reminding me of things I need to do. And that is, one of the things is, it takes a little bit more effort for sales, and you can't really let up on that. So I'm noticing it's taking like multiple follow-ups, really staying on top of it, putting in the extra effort, like Al did with a commercial project we landed earlier in the year, I think, or last year or something like that. So let's get into the article here. How many touches does it take to make a sale? The simple answer is more than most people think. According to our top performance in sales prospecting research, it takes an average of 8 touches to get an initial meeting or other conversion with a new prospect. But the initial meeting is just the beginning. It takes a lot more to make the sale. You need to think of sales and outreach efforts in 3 parts. 1, interest, getting through to targeted buyers in securing an initial meeting to generate awareness and build interest. 2, consideration, converting that meeting into a qualified opportunity. 3, commitment, bringing the opportunity to a proposal and a win. Al, do you think it's, is that where it's taken right now for you?
Yep. And also too, I think this is a nugget that Lance and I are going to implement, and I think everyone else should too. So Lance, remember the brain glue, right? Mm-hmm. So those touches, you need people to remember you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm reaching out to agents and stuff like that. Lance is doing the same too.
Yep.
And I think we should do a coordinated tagline, right? And here's the first volley at it.
Okay.
Right? Blah, 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 whatever you're talking about, even if it's in person, and be like, hey, just remember, when you think of design, think of F9.
Yes. That's what I've been saying. It's all in my notes here.
Yeah.
Did I ever read any of these on air?
Probably some of them.
Okay.
Probably some of them.
Are you sure? Because I swear I wrote that one down. Yeah. I think I've texted you this stuff. Yeah. Sure.
But how do I take credit if you have proof that you wrote it down?
I know. Maybe I didn't. Mine was. What did you just say? Yours was.
If you think of design. Think
okay.
of F9.
Al gets full credit for that. Mine was need design. Call F9.
Okay. Very close.
Here's the Brain Glue book. Everybody should read this book. Nate, you should read this book. He's coming out next week. Scared of architects' fees? With us, there's no need. Most architects are snooty. Not us, we're cuties.
I hated that one.
That's so good. You know that's good. Jason Altman, tell me that's good on YouTube. Al?
Jason, be honest. Be honest.
Okay. And then I have some. How about this? Just for the listeners, I won't read full taglines, but I will read like basically the way I think. I don't know if it's taglines or if it's more of like, it's kind of like a joke. So like there's a setup, right? And just to reiterate, like the setup was, in the previous one was, most architects are snooty. And the funny part was, and we laughed. Yeah. Not us, we're cuties, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna read you the premises. I'm gonna read you other premises I have written down. And you react if you want to, Al, but like sure. This is for the listeners. If you come up with something, okay, email me. I don't know how to end all these. Here's the first one. Architects are often stuck up. Architects charge too much. Ugly buildings make us vomit. Ugly houses make us vomit. Bad designs make us puke. Yeah, so those are like, because I can't remember what part of the book it was where I was like, bring up like the pain point and then make it how you solve that pain point sort of thing.
Yeah. Increase your ROI when you blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. I have one about cookies that Al might like.
Okay.
This is the last one, okay?
I'm a big fan of cookies.
Okay. Let's say you're out. Let's say you get stranded on an island.
Yep.
And the only thing you can eat is one of the other. What do you pick? Chips or cookies?
Banana bread.
Nice answer. Fresh baked cookies in a brand new kitchen sound good? Oh, that wasn't good. Oh, here's what it is.
That's all right. That's all right. Something about your home.
The smell of thick steaks searing on your new outdoor kitchen. Call F9 for design. Yeah, I don't know. That book was amazing. Like all it was just trying to get you different ideas. But I like the rhyming ones. I've always liked the rhyming ones. So, yeah, if you're going after sales, really don't sleep on the whole. I might need to touch base with these people 7-8 times, that sort of thing. I'll leave you with this last things, right? While it takes, from the article, on average it takes 8 touches to get through and generate a conversion, top performers are able to generate meetings with fewer touches. It takes top performers an average of 5 touches to generate a conversion. I would say that's probably where I'm at right now, is 5. So that's good. Like if you feel like this is a good perspective from I'm not just going to go, they're not going to, at this point in the economy, I don't think, mostly, going to go out there and go, oh, I had one meeting with them, I looked at the proposal and I signed. I don't think so. Like I just signed a tenant finish down in Castle Rock. It took 3 or 4 back or forths. You know, it took a couple like reassuring calls.
Yep. This is what I told my business group too. We've had many, many engineers reach out to us.
Yeah.
From structural to MEP. And it's always a crapshoot of whether they work with us or not. And it's normally just because, hey, if they meet with us once and if we don't have stuff, that's about it. If they would reach out, and each time they reach out, don't just ask for a sale, but so for example, they reach out and say, hey, can we meet, blah, blah, blah. Let's say they meet with you. That's great. Doesn't mean that, honestly, it's not like we follow through every time and start using those firms. There's many times you've had lunch with people and we haven't really used them
I get a lunch.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay. What if 2 weeks later they said, hey, Lance and Al, it's great having lunch with you. By the way, we did this cool project in Castle Rock. Take a look at it. We like architecture. We like HVAC design. We like structural design. We would go look at that. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah. Good eating with you. A month later, say, hey, just wanted to share. We did another awesome project. This was a house up in the mountains. And we'd be like, oh, yeah, that's awesome, too. We'd go look at it, look at their website, and be like, yeah, we forgot. We should use those. We do got a project coming up. You know what I mean? Like,
that's your, okay. I appreciate your version of that. But, like, okay, I'll tell you what would get my goat.
Yep.
Would get my goat is if I told them, if they came back and they go, hey, good meeting with you. I know you guys do a lot of tenant finishes, a lot of tenant improvements. Here's one we just knocked out in Denver. Took us 5 weeks, and we got it done for $5K. I'm just throwing out wild numbers here.
Okay, so
I want some tangible, like, boom, boom, boom. And I'd go, seriously? And they go, yep. And if you would like to call and if you like, the owner's one of our references now. If you want to give her a ring. I just swore. I would say, right, I would just say, like, but that's how shocked I am at the whole situation. You know, I'd be like, okay, cool. Call up Larry or whatever, Miranda. And I would ask them, and then if they said, oh, yeah, they knocked it out, I'd be like, all right, let's give them a shot.
So your addition.
That's what I care about. I don't give a crap about the work in the sense of.
No, but time out. Your addition to the thesis, which I think is great, is case study with tangibles.
Exactly. I'm just adding
case studies with tangibles.
Yeah. Case studies.
I love that.
Yeah. Great idea. Engineers who are listening, like, you buy us. I want some wine. I want some cookies for that tip. We just got you business.
Yep. Okay, are we moving on?
Yes, we're on to your Fred, St. Louis Fed, I think. Yes.
Yeah. So this is Al Gore's technical analysis, and that's a shout out to all those Bitcoin people who I am a Bitcoin bull. I think it's going to double if you put your money in it. Don't listen to me for financial advice, but if you do, share that cheddar. Technical analysis is where they put lines over charts and they say it's going to be a breakout, and I think it's total crap. But in light of that, Al's going to do some technical analysis. This is leading and lagging indicators through Fed. So the first chart that we have up is new privately owned housing units under construction, right? Total number of units. Lance, if you look,
I'm looking.
The gray bars start at 1975, the vertical gray bars.
Yep.
Before those big gray bars, each single one, what is happening? in the blue line. It is going down.
Yeah. Oh, in the gray part? Yeah. Sure.
Right before the gray. Before the gray, it is going down. Right? So right in 1970,
What is the gray?
the gray is recessions.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So before the gray,
shaded areas indicate U.S. recessions. Okay.
yep, housing starts under construction go down.
Uh-huh.
Before 1975, before 1980, before 1990. There was one in 2002, who cares about, and then before 2008. Look what's happening right now in 2024. It's starting to go down. What does the Fed know about when housing starts to go down? A recession is coming.
And then they start to drop rates.
Well, wait. Let's go to Lance.
Yeah.
Find the one where it's the unemployment rate. Go back to our outline.
Oh, okay.
The bottom one.
Okay, gotcha.
What I just showed you was
This is way easier with just you directing and one person driving. Sorry.
Yep. That was a leading indicator, right? What happens? What's a lagging indicator? So the gray bars are also recessions.
Oh, gosh. Wow. You look at you making 2 and 2 happen here. Shoot.
So employment starts to go up, unemployment up during every gray bar / recession, and it continues through, and it goes sometimes a little bit after. It stays up afterwards every single time. So if you look at this, go to the Yahoo Finance.
Going to Yahoo Finance next. Okay.
Unemployment rate jumps to 4.3.
Yep.
And if you scroll down,
Yep. Scrolling.
you can see a little bit zoomed in that the unemployment rate is going up and housing is going down. So, but not that they can avert it total, but going back to your point, these two things are now crossing the point where a recession would happen, which means that if they start to reduce rates because they was already at high, which is what you need high before a recession so that you can actually do something about it. They can soften the recession. And those two indicators are showing that now is the time to start reducing rates.
Yeah.
Not 4 months ago, not 6 months ago, not a year ago. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Right?
That kind of blew my mind. That was a good analysis, the leading indicators, for sure. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I would do if I was you, architects listening to this show, and if you're only architects, and you can see maybe sort of the writing that's on the wall. Because look, they could lower rates and like Al said, and maybe soften it, or they could lower rates and it doesn't matter, and it doesn't even matter
Because some of the cycle has to happen.
Yeah. And it's just going to happen. And then we are really going to be in a true final recession, like depending on who gets elected and then what media is behind them. Are we going to know sort of the truth, right, about like, are we in a real recession or not? But if I was you architects listening, I would be going, man, maybe architecture billings are going to be just continue to be horrible. I should take some of my architecture projects and convert them into building projects and go to architectsguide2.com and become a architect builder like Alan Lance, and almost have no fear about what's coming up because you have projects that are financed, shovel ready. You can turn that faucet on. You can build. You can cross build the companies because you're doing construction administration, soften the blow, all the things. That diversity is your strength. Once again.
Yep.
That's
full circle, Lance.
Full circle, Lance.
It's a big circle.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
So do that. And I think that's all we got. So if you like this episode, you're listening on the iTunes, leave us a positive comment. If you're listening on the iTunes, 5-star reviews, all the good stuff. Don't forget to send us cookies and wine if we helped you out. See you next week.